What is going on, guys? We are back with another episode of our Pokemon TCG Pocket, and in today's episode, guys, we're looking at Arceus paired with Rotom. The last one we looked at with Crobat, and just the differences when you're team building. So I did come up with 3 decks again. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. It's crazy. Like, it is. It's been a crazy month, honestly. Like, I get married this month. There's a lot going on, so do apologize. Voice is a little shot, a little stuffed up as well, so breathing is a challenge. But yeah. So the main thing with Rotom, though, is that Rotom has 0 retreat cost when paired with Arceus. Now, 1 retreat cost is not crazy to begin with, but the nice part about this Rotom is that it can be paired in any single deck as colorless energy that kind of acts like a little bit of like an Azelf or like a Hitmonlee for everybody, which is kind of nice. So Rotom has a lot of utility. Using it in other decks, though, we see Carnivine as a pretty good option, a 1 retreat cost Pokemon that is also kind of able to pair with Arceus and get a boost from Arceus. We did see in the last one with the Crobat deck where, you know, you attack the bench, but this deck, it really focuses on going first. Carnivine does 50 damage if Arceus can be on its bench. Shaman also gives us no retreat cost. And it also just gives us fodder for Pokemon communication and for Arceus to be able to attack for 130 as the late game cleaner. Rotom early game is just trying to snipe things from the bench and let Cyrus come in and pick off things that you want to pick up. Excuse me. Pick off the things that you want to pick off. And then this deck in particular, we're rocking 2 capes and a helmet. This is just to help with the bulk that we don't really have on this team. And Rocky Helmet gives us a little bit of damage for Rotom when you can't really attack with it. So 1 Giovanni is also in this deck so that we have a little bit more damage output. Maybe a surprise KO, right? Arceus can hit 140 this way. That knocks out Darkrai, that knocks out Magnezone. Right? There's a lot of things in this tier. Also lets you hit other Arceus, right? Which is big. So but yeah, so that is sort of kind of the grass type version that I have for you. The fire type version is just basically similar with Heatran, and then we're still kind of rocking that 1 Dawn to be able to get a sneak attack and get Heatran set up a lot faster after we switch out of Rotom. But again, for the most part, we're actually running 1 less communication, and this one we're actually running 2 Leafs. This deck, because it has a little bit less offensive options, you actually end up using Arceus a little bit earlier, and so you actually kind of sometimes want the 2 Arceuses playing, and so you end up playing with the 2 Leafs to be able to kind of switch that out. And then deck number 3 that I have for you is Manaphy. Manaphy is going to enable Tauros. Tauros can be your revenge killer against other EX Pokemon, doing 120 damage and as like a revenger on a 1 prizer. And then really the rest of the deck functions very similarly. Crobat has a little bit more damage output overall than these 3 decks, but the speed of Rotom is supposed to be kind of what the advantage is, and kind of being able to take care of Cyrus, being able to utilize Cyrus a little bit more aggressively than other decks. So Manaphy is sometimes kind of a free point for opponents sometimes, so you need to be careful with this one. So we are running 2x speeds to be able to help us out in that situation. But again, these ones all kind of use Arceus a little bit more aggressively than the Crobat version does. So that's kind of the main differences. But let's hop into some games. We're going to get maybe a game with each one and kind of go from there. So I will see you guys in game number 1. All right, so game number 1 against Malcop. Let's see what we can do. All right, so we're going second here. We do have a disadvantage with Carnivine here, but what I'm hoping for is that you're going to lead something. What do I want you to be leading with? 2 Pokemon, we go Rotom. 2 Pokemon, we go Rotom. Yeah, Moltres into Chimchar, actually. Okay. So what I'm gonna actually try to target here. Okay, we have Shaman, so we can switch around freely. That's nice. I don't have any way to pull my opponents out. So I'm gonna need to figure out. Let's hit you with this. Let's hit this. I'm gonna stick a Rocky Helmet on you as well. And we'll start hitting the bench for something. So we'll hit one of these Chimchars. Okay. So if we can get lucky about them not flipping very many heads, we might have a good advantage here. Okay, so they get him on Inferno right away. They get a second Moltres out. Okay, what are they gonna do? See what we can do here. Okay, one heads. Okay, one heads is good. One heads is good. They actually went on the other Moltres here. They went after the other Moltres. Okay, we're gonna go after Arceus then. And we're gonna start this right away. So I don't want you being... We're gonna dash this. We're gonna hit them on Infernos. Because if we can hit that, next turn I can surprise knock you out with Carnivine. That's fine. Okay, putting energy on Chimchar. Okay. So I'm gonna go after the Monferno first. Perfect. Okay, my opponent's getting really unlucky with energy, and I am completely down for that. So what we're gonna do, because my opponent decided to be passive about all of this, we're gonna do this. We're gonna retreat back into Carnivine, and then we're gonna Cyrus your Monferno and get rid of the first one. So now we only have to deal with one. Vine Whip for 50. Unless you have Dawn, you're not gonna be able to really do... I mean, even if you knock out Carnivine, it is what it is, right? Like, I'm not super worried about it. And the other big thing here is that if I can hit something... Okay, you're putting a Rocky Helmet on a second Moltres. Okay, so what I want to be doing is attacking one of these. Okay, 2 energy here. And that gets you completely set up. I do pull a second Cyrus, which pretty much secures game for me, I think, at this point. Unless my opponent has some way to hit... Oh my goodness. Okay, we Power Whip this Moltres. And yes, we take some chip damage. It's totally fine. We'll have a full board for Arceus and Cyrus next turn if you switch out. Perfect. So knock out this Carnivine. I am not concerned about it. Even if you switched into something like Shaman, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, none of that. So we're gonna knock... Carnivine goes down for the cause, but we also have multiple ways that we can do this. The fact that we have Giovanni, we can actually just knock this out from full anyways. So it's really pick your poison on it, honestly. Yeah, it's really a pick your poison. double Shaman here with a Giovanni is actually going to be game. So GG's to my opponent. 140. Knock out this Moltres. Move on to the next one. There we go. Yup. So that's kind of the downside of Monferno with Infernape. Monferno with Infernape. With Infernape with Moltres is that if you don't get the Moltres, you are down bad. But yeah, so this was a quick game with Arceus. So let's move on to the next one with like Heatran. Alright, so we're back against Scan here for game number 2. This one we're rocking out with Heatran. The Carnivine game went pretty well, so I'm hoping that we get another go in second here. Perfect. Water energy against our fire starter. Okay, I'm gonna try to see if maybe my opponent will play their card first. But overall, if they're playing 2 Pokemon, I think I have to lead Rotom. Oh, they're actually going Water Gibble. Okay. So the Gibble start. This probably dissuades them from playing anything on the bench, probably. So I actually should have probably led Heatran. Yeah, they're just sticking a cape on it. Okay. And I get a cape. I'm just gonna play this Heatran and just put the energy onto it, and now it's enabled. Okay. Maybe this Rotom starts dissuading them from playing something from their bench, but I don't think it should, like... But we'll see, Okay, communications. They're looking for that Garchomp. They're looking for that Gabite. And this is the old one. So this is the one that has Cynthia attached to it, because it does have... See both energy types here. So, with that being said... Pokeball Potion. There's my Arceus, so now I can switch. So I'm gonna be aggressive about this, I think. So we're gonna go after retreat cost for 0. Heatran also has a 0 retreat cost right now. I will just set it up that you can't Cyrus this Rotom. And then I will Raging Mad Strike this Gibble. And if you attack me, I do one-shot your Gabite. Yep. Because I do 80 now if you attack me. Yeah, that's a mistake. You're done. You shouldn't have attacked me. Because now I don't even need to commit energy to it. And yeah, that's GG right away. So pretty easy game there, obviously. The free retreat costs, right? We start doing 20. You want it in the front to attack for 40. Once it gets hit, attacks for 80. That Garchomp deck really didn't stand a chance without Cynthia, and I think them attacking was actually a mistake. If they wouldn't have attacked, they would have lived another turn, and that would have given them the opportunity to draw another Pokemon, draw their Garchomp, do something, right? But they just didn't. So probably a misplay on my opponent, but I'll take the W. And let's actually move on to that Manaphy deck. All right, game number 3 with Manaphy. Let's see what we can do here. This Manaphy really wants to get that Tauros or an Arceus online quickly, so hopefully we get a good lead here. We actually end up with Rotom Arceus as our lead, so I'm actually going to lead with the Rotom. Okay, so it's a Froakie. Okay. And then a Dawn. Okay. We'll Pokeball here for something. We get Manaphy out of it, which is nice. I'm gonna just wait here. I'm not gonna commit my hand, so we'll just end it like that. The Rotom is a free retreat cost next turn with Arceus. And I get to use Manaphy to set up Arceus. It's not the greatest, but it does work. And I get a second Rotom. Okay. So I want to maybe not play the second Rotom. I want to have that as an option. But I do need this Manaphy to get online quickly. And get this Arceus going. Okay. And then the nice part about it too is we have Dawn in hand, so I can actually next turn switch out and knock out this Frogadier, even if they do evolve it. So very fast start. Yep. 80. It's not going to be enough. I got everything I needed. Very, very quickly. So this is going to be a very, very fast game, but it's going to show off what this deck can really do. Okay, 30 damage here. Fine. Okay, we will put the energy on Arceus. We'll hard switch out to Arceus. We'll Dawn up. And then this does 110, we get the KO. There we go. Show off what this deck can do. Nice and fast, nice and quick. That's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. Arceus is way more aggressive in this build than it is with the Crobat build. You can kind of sit there and let Arceus be like this late gamer when you're playing with Crobat, but when you're not playing with Crobat and you're playing with Rotom, this is what you're looking for. Quick, fast ways to get Arceus set up and do the damage that you need to do. So I hope that really helps with you guys in terms of deck building and team building for this. We're gonna get into another one. I don't think I'm gonna go all back-to-back Arceus decks. We're gonna spread it out, get some other things going, have some nice cool decks otherwise. So with that, make sure to like, subscribe if you had, and let me know if there's a deck combination that you like in the comment section down below. If there's anything else that you would change about any of the decks, and I'll see you guys